ABCs of Entrepreneurship. This is a short and new course titled ABCs of Entrepreneurship, taken from the book Training Courses by Muteb Alqarni. In this course, we will get to know business administration with the hope of transitioning from it upwards to what is called entrepreneurship. To begin with, let's define business administration as the management of a traditional commercial business, such as a restaurant, cafe, etc. And the person managing this business is called an administrative manager. As for entrepreneurship, it is the management of an innovative commercial business, such as Amazon, Facebook, TikTok, etc. And the person managing these businesses is called an executive manager, or what is called CEO. In short, an entrepreneur is a pioneer and leader in innovating their commercial business idea and managing its affairs themselves. So, let's delve into the details. We will divide this course into two parts: 1. Theoretical, and 2. Applied. The theoretical part will discuss how to innovate a new, competitive, and pioneering business idea in the market to create a competitive entrepreneurial business, while the applied part will discuss how to implement this innovative idea and illustrate its challenges and opportunities for deterioration to the point of closure. In each part, we will present 6 rules and 6 action plans, resulting in 12 rules and 12 action plans in the course. The rule will present the fundamental difference between business administration and entrepreneurship, and the action plan will propose actions to be taken in light of the previous rules to create an entrepreneur, not a business manager. Rule 1. Business administration is simple, realistic, and traditional, while entrepreneurship is dreamy, technological, and innovative. Examples of traditional business administration include managing companies like Walmart, Lowe's, Panera Bread, while innovative entrepreneurship examples include managing companies like Amazon, eBay, and Alibaba, as they are companies that have innovatively transformed traditional commerce into smart commerce and networked internet sites. Examples of traditional business administration also include managing mass transit companies like Saptco, Yellow Cab, Amtrak, while examples of entrepreneurship include managing companies like Uber, Lyft, Careem, which have transformed the transportation concept into smartphone applications. Therefore, business administration is related to craftsmanship and the real world, while entrepreneurship is related to technology and the virtual world. Action Plan 1. If you want to be an entrepreneur, not a business manager, design a website or a mobile application. Yes, entrepreneurship lies in technology. Humans started with the animal agricultural revolution, markets selling animals and crops, then evolved and reached the industrial transportation revolution, factories selling machines, engines, cars, and planes. Then they progressed to the electrical communication revolution, devices and phones, then the network internet revolution, websites and forums, until finally reaching the digital nanotechnology revolution, platforms and applications. In short, you won't be an entrepreneur today unless you focus on the digital field. So what application do you want to design to be an entrepreneur? Rule 2. Entrepreneurship solves problems more effectively than business administration. Problem solving is a motivating goal for trade. So the question is, which businesses solve problems more effectively? Examples of business administration in problem solving include companies like Longman and Oxford, which have provided various dictionaries for translation. In contrast, Google Translate represents an entrepreneurial model as it handles the translation texts more effectively. Another example, Magazines used to provide pages for reader letters seeking romantic partners, and the problem was solved in traditional ways. Then Facebook came and solved the problem in more technological and effective ways. Therefore, solving problems more effectively is a characteristic of entrepreneurial work. Action Plan 2. If you want to be an entrepreneur, not a business manager, design an application that solves a problem more effectively. Look at delivery applications like Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Grubhub, for example. They are applications that deliver orders. But the problem lies in the struggle of delivery drivers to find parking spaces for their cars to deliver the orders, exposing them to traffic violations in the most crowded cities. For example, try thinking about designing an application that the delivery driver can use to reserve a parking space before moving to deliver, thus solving the problem of not finding a parking space for his car. The problem of socializing and making friends in cafes also happens through traditional ways. Try designing an application that solves the problem of socializing based on close location, within a 10 square meter area, and is different from Bluetooth and AirDrop, for instance. Rule 3. Entrepreneurship provides more convenient services than business administration. We said that problem solving motivates business, and we now say that service providing is another motivating goal. Examples of traditional business administration that provide services include companies like Redbox, which rent movie tapes. In contrast, Netflix is an example of entrepreneurship as it offers movies by subscription, which is a more convenient service. Another example, while Rand McNally still publish maps for travelers in print, Google Maps can be considered an entrepreneurial model by providing convenient GPS services. Therefore, one of the characteristics of entrepreneurial work is that it provides a service that improves human welfare. Action Plan 3. If you want to be an entrepreneur, not a business manager, design an application that provides a service that improves human welfare. For example, think of creating an application that offers oil change or car wash services at the doorstep. It's a service that enhances human luxury instead of going out for such tedious tasks. Also, provide services that exceed the current delivery application's services. For example, think about an application that delivers orders to the apartment door. This is a service that enhances human welfare, especially since some current delivery applications suffice with delivery at the building's gate, for example. Also, think about an application for holding meetings that provides a service to alert the speaker when the listener moves away from his phone, so the speaker doesn't keep calling out, "Are you there? Are you with us?" It's also a service and a feature that improves meeting procedures. Rule 4. Entrepreneurship operates with collaborators, while business administration operates with employees. Examples of business administration include traditional taxi companies that hire employees from different countries with binding contracts. In contrast, pioneering companies like Uber, Lyft, and DoorDash work with collaborators from the population. Another example is hotel companies, as they require employees to clean rooms before renting them, while Airbnb, as a pioneering company, offers a service where each person cleans his house and rents it out for a part of the total cost, thus working with collaborators, not employees. Therefore, one of the characteristics of entrepreneurial work is that it continues with collaborators working 24 hours a day, not employees working from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Action Plan 4. If you want to be an entrepreneur, not a business manager, design an application that works with collaborators, not employees. For example, instead of expensive shipping companies between major cities like FedEx, DHL, and USP, Design an application that delivers parcels through real travelers. So, anyone traveling to Washington, for example, will be alerted to the presence of parcels requiring transportation to Washington, and he has to take them with him. In this way, cars and drivers are not needed for your mailing company. Another example. Instead of food delivery applications, provide an application for home cooking, where each household displays its ability to collaborate in providing the necessary food for collection, thus turning the entire population into collaborators in cooking for specific earnings. Do you want lunch? Look in the app. You may find a nearby house. Rule 5. Entrepreneurship yields higher profits than business administration. For example, Disney is a traditional company that profits from promoting its movies, and only the prominent actors with them earn. In contrast, YouTube and TikTok have emerged as expansive entrepreneurial companies that allow everyone to earn from participating in them. Everyone earns, whether an actor or not. Also, consider companies like Craigslist and Upwork, as they represent platforms that allow others to use them to offer their services in writing, translation, and design in exchange for certain earnings. They are entrepreneurial companies where everyone profits. Therefore, one of the characteristics of entrepreneurial work is that it is profitable and encouraging, as everyone, without exception, profits from the process. Action Plan 5. If you want to be an entrepreneur, not a business manager, design an application that allows everyone to make a profit. Design an application for providing loans, where the lender provides a small loan to the borrower for a specific interest, like banks. Banks are designed for big loans, so be for small ones. You will find that those complaining about their borrowing friends will become more participatory and proactive in lending to them, as everyone profits from this process. Design another application where women rent out their expensive dresses for a specific percentage of the offer price. Design an application for renting bicycles, not cars, as a traveler to a city may not need a car but a bicycle for use in nearby neighborhoods. Make your application encourage others to buy bicycles and rent them out, so that the application directs the renter to the nearest house where he can pick up the bike. This way, everyone profits. Rule 6. Entrepreneurship creates more impact than business administration. Yes, you may make money by making people profit, wealth creation by work, but you may also make money by making people influential, by making an impact through volunteering. Britannica Encyclopedia represents traditional work, as it produces knowledge and sells it without any meaning of making an impact. In contrast, Wikipedia represents an entrepreneurial work, as it is voluntary, opening the field for others to volunteer. The result was that Wikipedia grew and received donations to continue providing services. Also, see the company GoFundMe, as it allows launching donation campaigns through it and takes a percentage of the total. Therefore, entrepreneurship also comes from making an impact and encouraging volunteering. Action Plan 6. If you want to be an entrepreneur, not a business manager, design an application that creates impact. Design an application that encourages doing good deeds, for example, and be content with the gains provided by companies that display advertising banners at the top and bottom of your application. Design an application to stop food waste, for example, allowing restaurant patrons to leave their leftover food for anyone in need after them. Make the application alert the needy about leftover food at a certain restaurant, and this is for a small fee that goes to the application. You can also design an application where a park visitor donates to any park an amount for someone to clean it afterward, with attaching a picture, proving the cleaning, thus encouraging voluntary work in cleanliness, and taking a percentage of the rewards for profits to support your application. In summary of the above, if you want to establish a competitive entrepreneurial venture in the market, first decide that 1. You will make it technological and virtual, as an application or website, not traditional and realistic. Then, 2. Make it solve a stuck problem more effectively. Also make it 3. Provide a service that improves human welfare. And 4. Make it rely on collaborators rather than employees primarily. Then decide that 5. You will make it with benefits and profits returned to collaborators, as some only work for a specific percentage of the earnings, and try to make it 6. Create a charitable voluntary impact to motivate people to subscribe to it with a charitable motive for a percentage that goes to the application. After you have done the above, you will be ready to execute your entrepreneurial idea. So, what is the most important rules to know before starting? Rule 1. Entrepreneurship is more mysterious than business administration. Always remember this as a rule, for when you find your entrepreneurial idea, you will find that its implementation is harder and more mysterious than you expect. For this reason, entrepreneurs are fewer in the world than business managers. Remember that entrepreneurial work is new work, so during execution, there is a lot of mystery and lack of clarity. It is an investment in strange and new fields, and this is a characteristic of entrepreneurial ventures. For example, look at the pioneering companies led by Elon Musk, such as X Space Company, and its investment in a strange field, which is the field of space, and Tesla Company, and its investment in a strange field, which is the field of alternative energy. Therefore, when you start execution, expect mystery, because mystery is an original characteristic of entrepreneurial work. Action Plan 1. If you want to be an entrepreneur, not a business manager, be a risk taker. You must take risks and venture. For this reason, entrepreneurial work is called among entrepreneurs an adventure or a venture, while ordinary managerial work is called a project. Despite the difficulties, you can lead your adventure by consulting experts in what you intend to invest in. Seek the help of specialized companies to design and develop the application you want to build, and ask them for publishing, hosting, protection, and technical support services. Don't expose your entrepreneurial work and innovative application to subscriber information leaks, hacking risks, and intrusions. In short, fight mystery and ignorance by seeking help from established companies. After starting the venture by consulting experts, remember, Rule 2. Entrepreneurship is more complex administratively and organizationally than business administration. The reason is that most entrepreneurial ventures are founded and managed by one person who is the founder, and sometimes two as co-founders. Look for example at Jack Dorsey and his 3 colleagues as they manage Twitter by themselves. For this reason, entrepreneurial work adopts a flat management style, not a hierarchical one. There is no manager above another in a hierarchical way except in business administration. As for entrepreneurship, everyone is on the same level. Consider Elon Musk's meetings to discuss X application issues, and you will find him sitting with his colleagues at one random table, not taking on a manager role. Action Plan 2. If you want to be an entrepreneur, not a business manager, be a co-founder. In other words, if there is a lot of mystery surrounding the entrepreneurial adventure you intend to lead, remember that it is not necessary for you to be the sole founder. Look for a partner and be a co-founding partner, for every entrepreneurial work is shared. Look for example at Twitter, Facebook, Uber, Netflix, YouTube, Google, LinkedIn, etc., as they are all applications founded by two or more. Therefore, take a partner to assist you in management, monitoring operations, and performing maintenance, for entrepreneurial work, compared to ordinary work, requires intensive management as it moves on a fast-changing technical path and is full of risks and hacking intrusions. But why is co-founding important? Because Rule 3 says, entrepreneurship declines faster than business administration. The reason is that applications are often entrepreneurial in concept, and thus their appeal to customers is weaker, and convincing subscribers to stay connected is not guaranteed. Therefore, entrepreneurial ventures decline after a short period of time, and this is its defect compared to traditional projects. Look at Snapchat, for example, as the number of subscribers joining it declined due to the lack of renewal of its features, and look at the decline of Facebook due to the many breaches of its subscribers' privacy. Therefore, entrepreneurial work may require injecting new funds for marketing, protection, repair, and continuous updating to prevent decline. Entrepreneurial work is an adventurous project that never stops. Action Plan 3. If you want to be an entrepreneur, not a business manager, be funded. The need for external support is crucial, as most entrepreneurial ventures decline because they rely on bootstrapping at their inception and beyond, meaning they rely on the founders' and partners' personal funds for expenses. This implies that the founder and partner must be prepared for the tasks of marketing, innovation, and updating from their own accounts, which may not be sufficient after the initial launch. The plan is to seek support by targeting major developers, even if it means high profit shares. Otherwise, you will decline like many other prominent entrepreneurial ventures, despite their establishment in the market. Why do you need the support of major developers? The reason is Rule 4, which states, entrepreneurship is more competitive than business administration. Yes, in business administration, imitating other companies is easy and gradual, as a company slowly steals an idea from another. But in entrepreneurial ventures, imitation can happen quickly and may even reach the level of complete appropriation. Take, for example, when Twitter introduced the retweet feature, distinguishing itself from Facebook. Facebook easily added it to the app as share and rose along with it. When TikTok added short clips, YouTube added shorts and competed. Entrepreneurial ventures are just feature-based applications, and copying features is easy, meaning competition is intense. Action Plan 4. If you want to be an entrepreneur, be protected. In other words, if you want continuous pioneering and innovation without being devoured by leading companies, you must protect your ideas with intellectual property rights through specialized legal organizations, provided that your idea is genuinely innovative and cannot be used by other companies. Ordinary ideas are easy to imitate. You might come up with a delivery app only to find this feature added to an app like Grubhub later on. You might have an idea for a parcel delivery app through travelers, and Uber might add this feature to its app as well. Imitation is possible, so protecting rights becomes a duty before your entrepreneurial work falls victim to a larger entrepreneurial endeavor. Why is it important to protect your idea? Because Rule 5 states, entrepreneurship closes down faster than business administration. If business administrations are characterized by stability, entrepreneurship is characterized by mortality. Entrepreneurial ventures are startups, and startups usually fail within the first year to 3 years. Consider the number of apps available in the Apple Store and consider the number of apps and websites that closed shortly after launch despite significant support from major companies. Take, for example, Vine, Google+, Yahoo Messenger, MySpace, Path, and many others. Entrepreneurial work shuts down faster, so don't be complacent. Action Plan 5. If you want to be an entrepreneur, not a business manager, be a seller. In other words, if your application fails and you intend to close it completely, try offering it for acquisition by competing entrepreneurial companies interested in your proposed idea. This is how the entrepreneurial market works. The larger company buys and acquires the smaller one. For example, Google acquired YouTube in 2006, Facebook acquired Instagram in 2010, and WhatsApp in 2014. As Saudis, let's not forget Amazon's acquisition of SaudiSouk.com in 2017. So, before failure, offer your application for acquisition, like a seller offering their store for takeover. What if you don't find a company to acquire your application? Then close the application. As Rule 6 states, entrepreneurship incurs less loss than business administration. If your application fails, close it without worry, as your expected loss of around $5,000 is for designing and hosting the application, perhaps much less than that. It's a small amount compared to the costs of a traditional project. Establishing a restaurant or cafe may cost $300,000. Yes, entrepreneurial work is cheaper than regular work, as its cost is mostly limited to building the application itself. Operational costs for applications are non-existent and not expensive, as there are no employees or managers. This is exactly what makes entrepreneurial work enticing and encouraging, as its cost is lower and its returns over time are higher. Action Plan 6. If you want to be an entrepreneur, not a business manager, be a generator. In other words, since entrepreneurial ventures fail faster and incur less loss, you can try a plan to generate a large number of simple, automated, self-operating applications that do not require continuous monitoring, as these applications are more likely to survive. For example, design a colorful calculator app, an alarm clock with additional small services, or a video editor with only 2 skills: merging and deleting. Yes, you can repeatedly emulate applications without rights, and you can profit from it through advertising banners placed by companies at the top and bottom of your application. This way, you profit without significant losses. In summary of the above, if you want to succeed in implementing your entrepreneurial idea, first remember that you, 1, must be a risk-taker, as entrepreneurship is more mysterious. 2, must find a founding partner and administrative assistant, as entrepreneurship is more complex in management. And 3, must be funded, as entrepreneurship is more prone to decline, as it relies on self-expense. Then, 4, you must be protected in terms of intellectual property rights to avoid being devoured by larger companies, as entrepreneurship is more competitive. And before failure and closure, 5, you must be a seller to companies acquiring your application, accepting that entrepreneurship fails faster. And finally, 6, you must be a generator of routine entrepreneurial ventures, as entrepreneurship incurs less cost and loss than traditional ventures. The reminder here is that entrepreneurial work may not necessarily be a mobile application or a website, as we always emphasize. It could be a restaurant, cafe, or supermarket, but in an innovative way. Here we focused on applications as they are the focus of activity in this rapidly changing technological world. Yes, you can establish a restaurant innovatively different from conventional ones if you wish. In doing so, you become an entrepreneur rather than just a businessman. Establish a restaurant inside an airplane cabin, for example, or a cafe on top of a mountain, or a factory for green salads with an innovative brand. Entrepreneurship is seizing opportunities by offering innovative solutions in a market, 1, that lacks solutions to existing problems, or 2, does not provide a service for human welfare. Finally, we reach the concluding episode of the ABCs of Entrepreneurship course. We learned a lot, and the best thing we learned is to produce entrepreneurial work, provided that it, 1, is technical and virtual, 2, solves a problem more effectively, or 3, provides a more luxurious service, and 4, relies on collaborators rather than employees, and 5, generates profitable returns, and 6, encourages voluntary effects. When forming the idea for this work, you must execute it by 1. Taking risks, as entrepreneurship is more mysterious. 2. Involving partners, as entrepreneurship is more complex in management. 3. Being supported, as entrepreneurship is more prone to decline. 4. Being protected, as entrepreneurship is more competitive. 5. Selling your entrepreneurial work before failure. And finally, 6. Being a generator, as entrepreneurship incurs lower costs and losses. This training course, ABCs of Entrepreneurship, is taken from the book Training Courses by Muteb Alqarni.